Hi friends, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you my printing process for making some block print stamp patches for a costume that I'm designing for my Yosakoi dance team. So here's my setup. Please forgive my messy house. It's very cluttered, but that is what my mind is like too, so be it. I have these two stamps. It is a base layer and then kind of a highlight layer, I guess, for the text. I'm going to be doing the base in like a gold tone, and so to make it stand out on the black fabric that I'm using an opaque white mixed with the yellow ochre paint color, because the yellow on its own is a bit transparent, so I want to make it opaque. So enjoy the paint mixing. I am not doing it probably the most efficient way. I don't know how other artists do this, but I like to just jump into things and do what I want, so this may not be the most traditional or like perfect way mixing paint colors and printing, but I do what I do. So let's try the first print. I'm just using my hands for this instead of any other tool, because one, I don't have any of the professional tools for this, but I also prefer to do things with my hands. So, ta-da! I actually really like how this first one came out. The lines and the blue, it looks kind of aged. I'm going to end up going over it so that it matches the other ones a little bit better, because it's the only one that turned out that way. But let's see how this one turns out. Bad! P.U. We'll be going over that, as you can see here. So my personal philosophy with art is that, I mean, this is not my own idea, but perfection is impossible. If I were to strive for perfection, which I often do in my life, I do have perfectionist tendencies, I know that's impossible, and no two things are going to be exactly alike. So rather than set such ridiculously high and impossible standards for myself and the things I create, I've learned to just embrace imperfection and everything being different. I don't want any two things I ever make to be exactly alike, because I think all the character comes from the differences. So with these prints, it's the same thing, even though I'm making 20 costumes for my group, and the costumes are meant to be uniform. They are all going to be a little bit individual, because that is my style, and I would never change that for anything. So some of these stamps look a little bit messier than the others, and I am going to clean them up a bit, but I do, in fact, like the messy bits too, so excuse me. That one came out really clean, and then we're going to fix up this other one up here. So like I said, I am doing 20 costumes, and I did not realize that I wasn't going to be able to fit all of the stamps on these 4 pieces, so you'll see me here after touching up these guys, figuring out that I need another piece of fabric. So we're going to scooch these ones down. Paper on, and print 4 more prints. Last one was a little bit finicky, I think primarily because my paint was running out, but I wanted to use what I had made and not mix a new batch, because we're doing this on a budget. That one was stubborn. Alright, good enough. So we're going to go over it a little bit, because as much as I like the base tone, I wanted it more yellow, more gold. So instead of adding any more white, we're just going to mix up some of this yellow ochre with whatever I have left on the silicone sheet there. Thank you, Taco Bell, for your napkins. Really appreciate your participation in this project. So let's smooth out that paint. And we're just gonna go over top of each and every stamp with the yellow just to make it pop. And again, the goal here is absolutely not perfection. In fact, I really want each and every one to look a little bit different. So I love how some of these are maybe a little bit more yellow than others. Some of them have like different pattern from the brayer, and it's just so cool. Even at this angle, you can really see the pop that yellow adds. And I'm glad I did the white opaque base. I like the aged look, how it's not perfectly solid. It's a little bit faded. But I want that yellow to really make it pop out of the black. Do-do-do. And done-ish. There we go. Alright, clean up, everybody clean your stuff. Ta-da! I cleaned my stamp. It's a twinkle, twinkle. So there we go. I love a nice clean restart. Good job, Susie. Good job. Alright, next step is the second stamp. This one. NYC EST 2021. That's when my team started. So, let's go. We're going to be doing blue for this. I want the contrast of the blue and the yellow. I decided to just try blue without... Yep, so that happened. This is my really cool, professional, clean method of getting all that paint that I don't need back in the bottle, so enjoy that. Can you tell that I work with toddlers a lot? Because, yeah, finger painting is pretty much the best. Alright, waste not, want not, right? Okay, anyway, I decided to just go with blue instead of mixing any white into it. Oh, one more thing. Look, this is the moment where I realized that my roller guy is crooked. Is it supposed to be like this? I don't think so, but it is. It is definitely crooked, but it works, so whatever. Let's go with it. Oh, one more time. Just going with the blue, just to see what that looks like first before mixing any white. Because I really thought it was gonna look cool, and you'll see if I was right or not. Let's go. Here's where I realized that lining it up is going to be a little bit tricky. I didn't really do myself any favors with that one. Push, push, push. And no. Lame. Alright, let's try again. We're mixing some white in there. Now I got a pretty light blue color. It wasn't the color I had in mind originally, but that is fun. That pops. If you have a keen eye, you might be able to see my cool temporary tattoo on my arm. That blue bear juice box given to me by my dear 2.5-year-old friend. It's still there a little bit, because those things are not easy to wash off. Alright, let's go! The blue and the yellow and the black really pops. I was not totally successful in matching it up every single time, but I actually really love the effect, and you're going to see in a second, but it looks kind of like a shadow effect. Gives it some dimension, and these turned out really good as far as I'm concerned. Look at that pop, aged effect. I'm really into it. So these are how they look at the end after I heat pressed them and ironed and cut them out. Please stay tuned if you're interested to see more progress.